Oh, didn't discuss who's going first, so I guess I will. Welcome to Pardon the Cartoon Interruption. It's been about a month and a week, so sorry about that. And yeah, I don't have anything to say. You?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, kind of checked out of football, so just chilling.
All right. Speaking of football, week 14. You want to start this one off?
Yeah, it was kind of a surprising week. Like, I don't think anyone expected the Mr. Irrelevant led Niners to destroy the Bucks. Uh, I know the Lions were favorites, but did anybody think they would actually win, especially like that?
The Lions were favorites.
Yeah, weirdly.
Okay, that does shock me. Go ahead though.
And then the freaking Jags beating the Titans was a shocker too.
Was it though?
I mean, I had a feeling, don't get me wrong, but the Jags haven't looked very good, and the Titans seem to be running away with that division, but maybe not.
So don't get me wrong. I wasn't just like. I think I even picked the Titans to win. Well, with how much crap Derek been talking, bro, it just felt like that was gonna happen. you know. Uh,
Yeah. Well, how crazy would it be if they like fall out of the playoffs?
that'd be like we're the most cursed fans this year because literally that's all our teams are out.
Hey, we have a shot.
Yeah, like I don't know when you guys decided to become the NFC East, but yeah, you do still have a shot. Speaking of the
Yeah, it's
NFC
bad.
East, can you believe their whole division's over 500?
Yeah. It's like weird though, because it's like even though their whole division is like has a winning record, there's like two very clear teams and two very clear not teams.
What makes me so mad about their whole division is like they haven't played nobody. They haven't beaten anyone. I think like their most credible win is like the Eagles beating the Vikings. You know.
Yeah, honestly.
But before we get too far ahead, I guess I'll take the camera here. So Baker played all right, played good. I would say. But I'd still say he's below average.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that he was able to step in and like win like that. But then it's also like, would he have been able to against anyone else except the Ravens?
I mean, I'll give him this. He by far is the best quarterback that was suited that night. Like Bryson Perkins, that man can run noodle arm for like I seriously, bro. Like you could sell his arm in ramen packages, bro. And then the other guy, Wolford, like barely has a better arm and is slower. So like neither of them are that great. Baker for real legit looked like Brett Favre or like Patrick Mahomes compared to those two guys. After seeing those guys for the last month, I almost forgot what like a quarterback who can throw it 20 yards looks like. you know. But anything else before we move on?
No, that's about it.
One more thing. I hope you're all right, Kyler, man. I hope you're all right.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the NBA. Now, I don't know about you, but I for sure didn't have the Pelicans being the number one seed in the West at this point in the season. How about you?
Um, I mean, I feel like I was saying that they have the squad to potentially be the number one team in the league. But yeah, I thought it would like towards the end of the year they would like be hitting that stride. But it's fun to see a new team there because I feel like it's been the same old teams for so long. So
Bro, I'm the guy who said I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the Western Conference Finals. I didn't see them
yeah,
leading the West.
yeah,
you know, like, dude, the West is so like tight knit right now. That's why I always get like, I don't get mad when people are like, "Oh man, the East is better than the West." I'm like, I don't really agree with that still to this day. Like the West is pretty good, like 1 through 11.
yeah. I mean, I feel like the East has always been known as the weaker side.
Yeah, but but like lately, people try to say the East is the better conference. Like
How?
what? That's what I'm saying. Like even the West won
Like,
the chip last year. Like what are y'all talking about?
and I mean, like, look at it right now. It's pretty much like the Celtics and the Bucks, and then everyone else is kind of mid tier. And then on the West, you got the Nuggets, you got the Pelicans, you got uh, oh my God, who did they just take this spot from? The Suns, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Suns. Jazz are always hanging in there. Damian Lillard when he comes back and is on Portland.
You didn't even mention Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
Then you still got like Minnesota hanging on, and I mean the
Yeah,
Lakers are still like somewhat.
oh, the Warriors. Forgot about the Warriors.
There's
Like
so many
literally,
teams.
like Minnesota being like on the cusp is like most of the teams on the East. Like,
Yeah. All right, let's move on to VGAs. What do you got to say about this?
yeah, it was kind of a disappointing show. He was hyping it up like it was gonna be like the biggest announcements and games you've been waiting years for. But there was really like there's some okay looking games, but nothing huge. And the fact that they ended it with Final Fantasy 16, which is something everybody knew was coming already.
Oh, is
But
that how they ended?
yeah, that was the last like big reveal was that. And I was like, you literally announced that before the show even started. There was like no real big surprises. And then the biggest surprise was that kid saying his newfound rabbi is Bill Clinton. Either that or the guy who voices Kratos had like the longest speech in the history of award shows, I swear. Like they played that like hurry up music for like 5 minutes and he just would not get off the stage.
He Mr. T'd them, bro. So
Yeah.
no Mortal Kombat trailer, nothing.
Nope, nothing. Like I said, like I mean there's this new game coming out that looks kind of like GTA, but it has like actors in it like Woody Harrelson and Al Pacino and the guy who played what was his name on Guardians of the Galaxy, the Mary Poppins bitch.
I don't know. Emily Blunt.
No, the guy who he says I'm Mary Poppins bitch on Guardians 2.
I, I don't remember that line. It
The
didn't
blue
stick out.
guy with the freaking
Oh, Yondu?
yeah, yeah. How do you not remember that line? It's like when he floats down and
Because
he's
he
like,
does so much stuff, bro. That's not like his only line.
yeah, but he's in it. That looks pretty cool. It was like mostly like newer games that we don't really know anything about. Nothing like blockbuster.
Oh, that kind of sucks. But
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing.
that's. I feel like all video game award shows are now. But
I mean, it's usually they have some big stuff, but and then also like God of War winning every award, but then losing Game of the Year kind of made no sense.
all right, let's move on to that man, John Cena. What do you think he's coming back December 30th for?
So if it's just a cut like some promo, I'd be pissed. He better be. I think he's gonna enter the Rumble. I think that's why he's coming back.
Hmm. So like, I feel like everyone's kind of predicted Cena theory at Mania. So him showing up on SmackDown's a little head scratching to me if that's what they're setting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's probably because like Fox is probably like, hey, if Cena's coming back, he's coming back on our show.
so you think Theory will be on SmackDown?
I think he'll make an appearance.
Hmm. Yeah. If it's not Theory, who do you think he's gonna feud or have a match with, or is it just a Rumble appearance? You think?
No, because I do think he'll in the Rumble he'll find his WrestleMania match. But if it's not Theory, maybe Edge, but I
That
don't know.
that'd be interesting. But I can already see people like, oh my God, we've seen this before. Blah blah. blah.
I mean, isn't that basically what these things are? Just nostalgia runs. So why not have the biggest nostalgia match you can?
So are you predicting Theory will eliminate John in the Rumble?
Yeah, I do. Or vice versa.
Oh yeah, yeah, I could see John doing that, and then Theory gets the Mania win.
Yeah.
All right, but UFC 282, man, what happened there?
Right. So it started off as like one of the best cards in a while. 10 straight finishes. 11 is the record for finishes on a card. There could have been 12 on this one, so they could have broke the record. Get to the co-main event. Patty, who is like kind of been tarnishing his hype this last week, arguing with like Ariel Helwani and stuff, and everyone's been like clowning him. Then he put on a terrible performance. He lost the fight 100%. I thought he lost all 3 rounds. Most people had it 29-28 for the other guy. They gave it to Patty. Literally one of the biggest robberies I've ever seen. Like it most of the time when people say robbery, there's a good amount of people that are like, "No, you guys like to throw around," but literally is like the most consensus like confirmed robbery I've ever seen on like Twitter and stuff. And there's like a video going around of because you know how he signed to Barstool.
Nope, but I do now.
Yeah, him and Molly are Meatball Molly, but the Barstool guys are in the crowd. They have like his stupid wig on and stuff, and they're right next to Dana White. And when they're announcing the decision, they're all like nervous, but Dana White like looks at him and he like gives him a head nod, like, "Nah, he's got this." And then they give it to him, and I'm like, "That's so fishy." Uh, so that was like, and then that also ended the finishing streak. Then they could have tied the finishing streak in the main event for it was for the vacant light heavyweight title, and the first 2 rounds, Blachowicz is kicking his leg off. Like he's limping, he can barely do anything. So in the third round, he starts wrestling. Clearly, Ankalaev wins the next 3 rounds. Clearly. So everyone's like, oh, he's going to be champ. They call it a draw. So the belt is still vacant. And everyone was pissed about it. And then what made people even more pissed was because they thought Ankalaev won. But then after at the press conference, Dana White announces Glover versus Jamal Hill, who Jamal Hill is ranked 10th, not even in the top 3, is for the vacant belt next month. It's like, so you're just going to screw Ankalaev like that when he's like clearly should be champ right now? Yeah, it was like, honestly, UFC 282 is like one of the biggest blemishes on MMA in like years.
Dang. All right. Well, an- anything else you want to get off your chest there for UFC 283?
I mean, I think the only thing is it shows that when Patty fights any top 15 guy, he's about to get smoked.
All right, let's move on to bringing back, if I can find it, role play, bro. Do you remember how we go into these?
I do.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I do.
All right. Do you know what the OBJ topic is?
The Cowboys passing on him.
All right. So you want to phrase that for me?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's not on your face.
Because you have to ask the question.
Oh, okay. All right, OBJ. I know you were hoping to get into the league and play a couple playoff games. But how do you feel about the Cowboys, who were showing the most interest in you, passing up on you for T.Y. Hilton?
Oop, wrong button. Oh, can't remember what button it is. There we go. There we go. You know what? Actually, this works out better for your boy. Who needs them? You know, they wasn't there to teach me how to catch my first football, but I learned how to do it. I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I? Got through my first game without them, right? I learned how to run. I learned how to win. I learned how to fight without them. I had 9 great seasons without them. They never even congratulated me. To hell with them!
I'm fucking dead.
I didn't need them then. I don't need them now. I'm going to get through the NFL without them. I'm going to marry a beautiful honey. I'm going to have a whole bunch of kids. I'll be a better team than they ever were. And I sure as hell don't need them for that. Because there ain't a damn thing they can teach me about winning a ring. How come they don't want me, man?
So you gotta clip that.
Oh, man, I was trying to get through that so bad without laughing. Because I wrote it down just so I got the lines right.
That's
Dude.
funny as hell.
Alright, but enough about me, man. It's one thing to not get signed by the team I wanted, but Chris Paul, how does it feel to get booed by the team that brought you into this league, bro? Huh? What the hell?
I mean, all I gotta say, That ain't even the team I played for. They're not even named the same thing. I don't need them. They did nothing for me when I was there. They haven't won nothing since I left. Granted, neither have I, but that's besides the point. This booing of me when I'm one of the greatest players, if not the greatest point guard in history, is some bull. They can say that I suck all they want, but their team is never going to go anywhere. They're never going to be in the finals. And all I got to say, Kylie Jenner, hit me up.
Well, that's all for the show. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I gotta hold the button. Yeah. Well, we'll do better next time. We went over probably by about 6 minutes. But it was fun to be back. Oh, wrong button again. That's enough of OBJ. But, yeah, you're gonna have to explain to me